Hi guys, my name is Rodney. Welcome to Games Master Toolbox, and I just want to talk to you real quickly. Something I saw on the game on the Facebook page of the YouTube RPG Brigade, in where someone was complaining about their players who were roughly something. So they were young. They were a younger crowd, and they were complaining, and their complaints were, well, this doesn't happen in World of Warcraft, and this doesn't happen in Skyrim. Why aren't there any magic shops? And they were wondering why their actions had consequences, and things like that. So, the one of the responses I saw is like, oh, here we go, the age of entitlement has begun, or the entitlement generation is now playing, and I don't think it has to do with entitlement, and I think it has to do more with the expectations of what a fantasy role-playing game is. And first you gotta have to understand, to a lot of these players, what a role-playing game is. When you mention the word role-playing game, they're going to think about video games, and they're not going to think about tabletop role-playing games. And that's the reason why we have to call it tabletop role-playing games and not role-playing games. That's why computer role-playing games are not called computer role-playing games or video game role-playing games, because there's a lot of people out there who see those types of games as the role-playing game, and so they have a certain expectation of what a fantasy role-playing game is, or what any role-playing game is, so what I know even happened to me. The funny thing is, I played and ran the Marvel Superheroes role playing game, and weapons the weapons there didn't become more powerful, at least the standard weapons. But then again, we had powers, so those powers can get more powerful. And then I also ran Werewolf the Apocalypse. And your gifts are the only thing that got more powerful there. But when I got to D&D, that became something very different. When I played Dungeons and Dragons, I started asking questions like, and you have to understand that I came from playing the original Final Fantasy, I think the Shadowrun game, the Super NES one. Or say NES. I always forget which was which. Super NES. Nintendo. And Final Fantasy, the first one, and Breath of Fire. So I will ask the GM, why can I get more powerful weapons? Or more powerful armor? And these were magic armor, because I was so used to things like Breath of Fire, and where you would get a stronger steel sword. It's just a better quality sword. They weren't magic. They weren't magic items. They were just because the way they were represented was stronger types of steel just did more damage, and stronger type of steel protected you better as well. Better quality weapons and armor, better quality of material. So he's telling me, that doesn't happen. You can get magic items, but you have to find those. And that's it. That was done. I was done with that. Okay, I understand. And so I knew, the rules. That's one of the, because every little game has its own sets of rules. But so I think his name is Wendell. So I don't know how well you handled it or didn't handle it. You mentioned to them. Maybe you were too shocked to realize that these guys were asking such, questions. But you have to tell them that, it is different. Sorry, I didn't tell you. And that's the way things are in these games. You don't have magic item shops. Some GMs allow it, some don't. When you are dealing with when you are dealing with I had to move from a light source, sorry. When you're dealing with NPCs, remember, I'm controlling the NPC, not a computer. And a computer only has so many behaviors programmed to it. So I'm using my own judgment, just like any other human being would do in a situation like that. So damn it, every time I'm standing here, everyone get confused where the door is. For some reason, I confuse people where the door is. Like they want to see what I'm recording. That's what they're trying to get. They're trying to take a peek at. And anyway, so yeah, you just have to, it's not about entitlement, and it's, even I made the mistake. After playing 2 different previous games, it's about expectations, So anyway, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. And just be more understanding, because it creates an us versus them mentality. And we need less of that in role-playing games. We are divided by genre. We are divided by types of plays. We are divided by additions, by the amount of rules that we want in our games, and we don't need any more division in our hobby. So yeah, take care. I'll see you in the next video.